Hi folks, in this video I've got a Honda CRV. It's a 1.5 2019 Honda CRV. It belongs to a friend, well, it belongs to a mate's daughter, and she had a wee bit of a bump where it ran at the back of somebody, and yeah, just one of these things, I suppose. Anyway, she's just a young lass, you know, she doesn't have a lot of money, and this was sent in somewhere, and they says, nah, this would be written off. It wasn't going to be under insurance because it would have affected the insurance too much. But they says, nah, that'll be a write-off. It would cost too much to repair than what the car's worth, you know. And when they said to me, I thought, a 2019 CRV, can't be that bad, you know. And scrap value, pff, well, I don't know. So anyway, I said I'd have a look at it and see what's wrong. So had a look at it. I rented a car trailer because we had to take it out of there anyway, and we went up and we had a look. I've got some pictures, I'll stick them somewhere when we brought the car home, show you what the damage was like. So we had a look at it, brought it home, stuck it in the garden, and it sat there for 2 or 3 weeks to decide what I'm going to do with it. And I had a good look over it, and I thought, you know what, we can repair this. We can just about use all the old parts. Like the skin of the bumper's all twisted and got a wee bit out. I can straighten that up with a heat gun, and I can smooth that bit off, fill it, whatever, respray it. The grill's got a couple of wee broken bits, so I can patch that up to make it do just now. 3 times you can get a new grill, you know, it's just a wee top grill. The radiator was burst. I'll show you the car. So here is the Honda CRV. Got my new strip light for super cheap. Awesome, these things, I'll tell you, especially under this carport, because you've got to stay out of the sun because it's so hot. Anyway, so let's have a look at this. So this was well and truly bashed. I've got the bottom panel here. The bottom panel that goes on the front of that looks fine. This has been dented in. I can pull that out, you know, put self-tappers in and use a hammer to pull it back out. Most of the sensors that's lying on the floor, that's for the bumper, you know, for your front sensors. The radiator was totally destroyed. I think it's over here. Yeah, here's the old radiator. I mean, I straightened it and I went to try and fill in like I cut out the channels that it was leaking from and tried to fill the ends, and then I found out it was leaking up the top, so nah, fuck it. So it was about 300 bucks for a brand new radiator. It's super cheap auto, which is no too bad. So we've got the radiator in. We've got the fans in the back. I don't know if you can see them or no, but the fans in the back, they were actually broken. So what I did was straighten them up, got all the plastics together, and I got plastic bond weld stuff and welded it all together, so the fans are fine, they're turning freely. I've got them back onto the radiator clipped in. For some reason it's got a wee buckle. I don't know if there's any holes in it or not. I'm just not 100% sure. So what we did was we had a look at it. There was a pipe at the back had bent where it goes into a hole. This is for the air conditioning. We straightened that up, put it all back on, and we stuck this on because if the air conditioning, when they go to get it charged, if it doesn't work, it's just a matter of changing that and maybe that pipe. I don't know, it just depends on what's wrong with it. So I've got all this, took everything off the front. I've got all this put back on, you know, including the heavy bar, the support. This hasn't gotten damaged at all in the slightest, which is bloody lucky, to be honest with you. This is all broken. There's a bit missing here. I've got a bit goes across here, which is for the lights, and the headlights bolt onto that. There's a new bit coming, and this wee bit here, a bit to match that. Same with the other side. There's a bit coming. There's a bit missing from here to here, plastic, but I'm going to fabricate something where it's a bit angle iron bolted on or something, but I'll fabricate something and fabricate something onto here, you know, where it's supposed to be, just to, whether it's a bit angle iron or something, just to give it some strength so as it doesn't flip about as much. I'll get this pulled to the right distance, get a bit measured, bolt it in there, and that should hold it in place. And then the rest, the skin will go on. Anyway, the airbox, let me show you the airbox. Here's the top of the airbox. This is how much of a shunt it got. This is the bottom of the airbox. I've glued all this, it's being held with clamps. The actual bottom of the airbox split. This is upside down, it's split, so I've sort of heated it and straightened it, and I've got it glued back on, so I'll leave that all day to set, and that should be okay. And the other thing that happened was, because this got shoved in, broke the airbox, it also got shoved in, luckily it's not damaged any of the manifolds, it also came in here and it broke the coolant tank. So let's have a look at the coolant tank. So here's the coolant tank, and here is where it broke. There's a crack in here. I was going to try and get something in to push that out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that plastic weld that's like super glue and powder, and what I'll do is I'll do a wee V, cut a wee V out on that, not right through, but just enough as to put the powder in and put the super glue on it, and that should hold it. And then I'll get that put back in, and once it's in, it's just a matter of filling it with coolant, running it, make sure it runs to temperature, make sure the fans come on. If everything's okay there, it's just a matter of building the front up again. But this is going to take me a wee while, because there's a few wee bits and pieces I need. Anyway, I'll go and cut this and see what it's like. So what I want to do is I've got my wee Dremel, yep, standing on my compressor. I just want to do a wee V along here, do a sort of round hole in here and here, not right through though, and just etch this out, and then we'll fill it up with the glue. So here we go. That's no bad. I'll tidy the edges up there with a knife. Yeah. There we go. There's a nice crevice in there, right on the crack. So we'll get that glued. So let's see if this works. I've got my super glue, and I've got my welding powder. Now I'll just fill this wee hole with powder. I hope I've got enough. I think I have. There we go. It's like sugar. And then some wee drops of super glue. So this absorbs the super glue in seconds, and it sets real hard. So that's that bit glued. So yeah, it's drying pretty well. I'll leave it to dry, see how it goes, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be a good welding solution. I need to get more of that. I don't know if anybody knows where to get this stuff. This was, what was it, Power Grip it's called. So this is the super glue adhesive, and this is welding powder. So if you know where to get that stuff, let me know. I wouldn't mind getting some more of it. In fact, for this, I probably need bucket loads of this stuff. Although I have got other kinds of weld. I've got this, which is a plastic weld, quick set and epoxy, which is good. And also the old favourite JB weld. I've got plenty of that. Anyway, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and we'll get it fitted on, filled up, bled, and hopefully running. And if that is done, it's just a matter of building the front of the car. Well, it seems to have lost the sound again on the video, but This is the tank, I'm just putting it back on. These clips for putting the hoses on can be a pain in the arse, but they seem to be going on okay. And once they're on and the clips are slid back over, it's just a matter of sticking the 2 bolts back in, and that'll hold the water tank in place. The audio is just about to come back on, so found the cap. I'll just stick it there just now. Now we'll top it up with coolant, and hopefully this time we'll be successful and we'll be none running all over the place. I'll fill it up because it'll go down once I start the engine. Now, I just maybe should put that airbox in as well. Nah, I'll leave the airbox just now. I've done the airbox, I'll show you if I can. So I've got the airbox, as I showed you earlier, glued. I've got the top here with the MAF sensor and everything in it, so I give that a spray before I put it all together, but I'll just put this in just now, just so as the sensor's working. Make sure there's nothing lying there, make sure I've got the key, and we'll give it a try. So let's unlock. Let's have a wee look. A lot of things happened in here, like say that airbag and airbag up on the dash. Now the airbags I'm not that fussy about because they can get airbags. You can get second hand ones at the wreckers and put them in. That's not a problem. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. But what I need to do, so we've got seatbelt light flashing, we've got airbag light flashing, handbrakes on, engine, traction control is off. Yeah, there's a few wee sensors and that off, but I'll plug my machine into that and try and reset everything. So traction control's off at the moment. There is a button for that. Yeah, parking sensors, yeah. Tyre pressure, yeah. So what I want to do is try and get where's the temperature, this side, try and get the temperature up a bit to make sure that it's going to be okay. So to do that, oh Jesus Christ, let me see, climate. Alright, we'll have it going there. We'll put the fan up a wee bit. Temperature, we'll put it up at high. As it heats up, well, the water will be circulating through the heater matrix, so that's good. So we'll have a wee look outside and see how she's doing. Everything seems to be okay. Any leaks? No leaks. Brilliant. So that means the radiator's okay. Now that's just dripping out the breather because I've overfilled it. So I'll just let that go. Let it rise up a bit. That's the air coming out the system now. Got a wee bubble now and again and the coolant level goes down. But that's okay. There doesn't seem to be anything broken at the back. Looks alright actually. Yeah. No leaks. I'm pleased about that. But I'll let her heat up anyway. See how it goes and hopefully it should be okay. Well, that's hot coming out there, so I'll turn the heating off. I'll turn it down to low. And the temperature gauge, the wee things went red. Aye, it's starting to move up now. Yep, it's up two notches, so it's going up. Airbag light, seat belt light, handbrake light, that's alright. That side, the steering, I think that's because the airbag's gone. Just a warning light, engine warning light. And again, traction control is off, but I'll see if I can set them. It's probably just been the impact that's done that. It says there's tyre pressure low, check system, but yeah, we'll do all that. Well, that was the fans came off, but they went off again. I wasn't quick enough getting it on video, but yep, the radiator's hot. Yeah, everything seems to be fine, so I'm happy with that. Let's have a look in the car. And temperature, yeah, it's not bad. Sitting about halfway. It was up a wee bit higher, and then the fan came on, it went down a bit, so thank goodness for that. So yeah, I'll just switch this off. So the next big job, I'll be building the rest of this up. Like I say, I've got the bottom part of the bumper, I've got, you know, central bits and everything, and I've got the skin along the front. But anyway, the radiator fans came on, so I'm happy with that. So it's just a matter of getting the rest of the bits and pieces sorted out and building the front of that back up. I'll need to straighten that bar a wee bit, just pull it out again. I'll just put some self-tappers and pull it out. But yeah, success so far. So at least she's driving anyway, which is a good thing. So yeah, as the bits and pieces come in, I'll get her built up. Slow process, but we'll get there. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye now.